playing left tackle for about a month and a half now, so you're probably used to it. But when you rewatch the film from the Penn State game, going up against a guy like Abdul, what did you learn about yourself in that game, and what did you take from it?
Yeah, I mean, in a lot of my sets in that game, I found myself panicking. You see a guy of that caliber lined up in like a wide nine, you're like, oh, I got to put my hands on him, but that's not how tackle works. If they're in a wide nine, they want you to jump out there because they're better athletes than you. So jumping out there was not good. I'd rather set to the spot, let them come to me, and go to work at the spot. Coach Fry teach the fights. The fight starts at the spot. The spot is where the rush and the set meet. So during that game, a lot of times, first it was on the silent count. So at guard, I can literally look at the ball and get off that tackle. I can't look at the ball, or like I have to like watch Seth's head move. So that's a whole nother thing for me. But then also like getting to the spot against a rusher like that.
Probably the most an ideal way to start your career as a left tackle in that situation, right? I mean, but do you feel more comfortable now going into another game where you're playing another guy of that caliber?
Yeah, I mean, it just comes with reps. That was probably a week's notice trying to play tackle, but over the weeks I feel more comfortable in what I'm doing. I feel a lot more stronger than what I'm doing. And so it just comes with reps, comes with confidence. And so just continuing to get reps to obviously a great front we're going against this week. So just preparing the best I can.
Third row left, Andy Anders, 11 Warriors.
Ryan Day was just talking about how Montgomery's kind of shown some things and might mix in at guard here in the playoff. Just what have you seen out of him over the course of the season, and where has he grown?
Yeah, I would say Luke's made a good step in his development. I feel like he's taking a step in the right direction where we're all kind of waiting for him to take that step. And, he's had a couple more reps available to him, and he's taken advantage of it. And he has done a great job so far in putting the best stuff he can on the practice field to give not just himself confidence, but the guys on the line confidence because, we're running thin on the O-line. So just any guys two step up. That's what we're looking for.
Fourth row middle, Pat Murphy, 24/7 Sports.
Donovan, in that vein, obviously some different guys doing things at guard. I know you were obviously focused on being a tackle, but how much ownership do you take on trying to get some of those guys ready for what will be obviously a tough challenge, not only this game, but potentially down the road?
Yeah, everything with the guards, I try to give my input to because, for really three years I played that position. And so I was like, look, like what you're doing is not working this way. You got to do it this way because I've had experience doing against next to really good tackles and playing at a really high level at guard. I was like, I can help you out with this because I know what it's like. Or taking my experience of playing next to Paris, I was like, this is what I did with him, and we got to be on the same page in terms of double teams because if we're not on the same page, then that's how we get split, and that's how we work against each other, and there's no movement. So trying to get on the same page with the guys playing next to me and the guys on the other side of the line to try to perform at the highest level.
Fifth row right, Cameron Teague Robinson, The Athletic.
Donovan, I know 2022 didn't necessarily go your guys' way, but after that Michigan loss, it seemed like going to that game, you guys were playing a lot more free, a lot more loose. What experiences can you take from that lead up to this lead up to obviously you want to win this game, but just to play free, play a little more loose in this game?
Yeah, I mean, playing free and playing loose is a lot better than playing uptight. We're just focused on playing as fast as possible. Our coaches put us in the right position to do so. So it's our job to execute it. In terms of what happened, was it 2 years ago? 2 years ago. I can't really speak on that now because I'm worried about what's happening now. But it's just playing with the brothers next to you, playing for the man next to you, and not trying to let him down rather than your own selfish success is what we're all aiming for.
Right in front of him, Stefan Krajcik, Cleveland.com.
Seth is a guy who's had playoff experience. He's also probably studied this Tennessee team in years past, maybe more so than anyone that you know. How much, kind of as a coach now, has he been able to help out these last few weeks, whether it be Michigan week or now leading up to Tennessee?
Yeah, he helps out as much as he can. He's always here. Maybe not in the outdoor practices. He doesn't really go out to those, but the indoor ones, and obviously in the meeting rooms, he's a really insightful person. He's always helping out Carson, always helping out the guards. Because yeah, you're right. He's played against this team many times, being at his former institution. But he's just given us insight on what we need to do to compete at the highest level against this D line. Because obviously they're a great group, and then just helping us improve as best he can. So, he's still just as involved as he was before the incident happened. He's just trying to give back as much as he can.
Second row right, Bill Landis, Kings of the North.
Donovan, we saw Luke play center some in camp. I know he's played some tackle. He's even played some jumbo tight end. What, in your mind, would make him a good guard for you guys?
I mean, all that is just versatility. I feel like Luke is versatile enough to plug and play anywhere we need him to be, and he's had some great success at guard in the past couple of practices. But he's shown a great ability to anchor and being able to. He's been playing stronger, in my opinion, so he's developing in the right direction. But like I said, we just need everybody to step up at this point, because even the younger guys, we need them to have the mindset of that they could play at any time, because it's unfortunate what's happening, but we need everybody to be able to go.
Front row, Bill Rabinowitz, Columbus Dispatch.
Donovan, you started the year playing your normal position behind or next to a potential first-round pick at Josh, and two guys turned out to be the Remington Trophy winner. Both those guys are gone. You're playing a new position. Tell me what it's been like on the offensive line for you, especially having played the Michigan game and that didn't go well, and now you have a chance to do everything you wanted to do. I mean, kind of what's the mindset of the offensive line right now?
Yeah, I mean, it hasn't been easy. You lose the best center in the country. Everyone knows he's the best center in the country. He's the brain of the operation. He put us in positions to succeed, and obviously you lose Josh Simmons, who is the lockdown tackle. You didn't have to think about who he was going against. You're like, no, Josh got it. We can worry about what we got to do everywhere else because Josh's going to handle his stuff. So now we got to take a step back and be like, okay, where can we attack to put our guys in the right position? Because what we did before is not what we can do now. And so we got new guys stepping up, playing, and they're playing at a competitive level. But we got to put guys in the right position to succeed for games coming forward. And we didn't execute nearly as well as we wanted to last game, obviously. But it's a beautiful thing about football, beautiful thing about the playoffs, that we have another opportunity to go out there and play.
Austin Ward, podcast. What you think?
Back to, we mentioned in camp, maybe Austin would have to fill in for you in the short term. What advice do you have? Then Zen goes into the lineup. Then Carson comes back in. You have this now with Luke. Is your conversation, advice, communication the same with all four? Have you had to tweak the message? I'm sure you're tired of having to keep going through this process, but are all cases the same? You tell them the exact same message no matter who it is, or different depending on each of those four guys?
Yeah, I've gotten really good at giving motivational speeches this year, but yeah, it's always different. With Zen coming in, we'll start at the beginning with Austin going in. It was like, hey man, you're fine. This is the same game you've been playing, just in front of a lot more people. You've been doing it for a long time. Just keep doing what you're doing. Then when Zen came in, I was like, look man, I'm here next to you the entire time. You're not doing this alone. Just communicate and we'll be all right. And the message changes varying per position. Everyone takes messages different ways, but the end goal is always the same: is just to play absolute hardest and worry about the result later.
And final question, Tim May, Letterman Row.
Yeah, I was wondering, Donovan, is there a common theme when you're going against a talented defensive front, like the previous game and then this one with Tennessee, that they may not be as tricky because they're really good players? You understand what I'm saying? I mean, that they can sometimes win one-on-one battles and stuff. Just what has got to be the mindset against going against a defensive front like this one?
Yeah, I mean, the defense front we're going against Tennessee is very talented. They rotate a lot of guys, and all those guys can go. They're relentless. They don't give you time to breathe, because once one guy goes in, another guy goes in, and he's just as good as the one that just came out. So the main message is just to strain your butt off, man. Get out. You got to win your one-on-ones, like you said. They're gonna play you. They're gonna play their defense, and it's our job to execute our offense. So a lot of respect to their front. I feel like obviously they're very talented guys on that front across the board, from interior to the edges. But we just got to execute what's called to the best of our abilities.
Great. Donovan, thank you very much.